Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best gaming laptops under $1,000.
Starting at number 5.
Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming. Like many gaming laptops under $1,000, the Lenovo IdeaPad Gaming 3 doesn't start out with the best specs. We tested it at $709.99 with a Core i5-12500H, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 Ti, 8GB of RAM, and a 256GB SSD. That RAM was single channel, and the SSD was small. But with a price around $700, that may leave some budget buyers with room to make it better by adding more storage and RAM. Despite the low price, you get sleek, modern styling, which is nice, as many cheap laptops look like they were designed years and years ago. And for the price, the speakers are pretty good, and you get a 1080p display that goes up to 120Hz for esports games. So the IdeaPad Gaming 3 has good bones, assuming you're looking for something cheap and are willing to turn down settings. And if your budget is a bit higher, you may be able to find it with more RAM or storage and still stay under 4 figures.
Coming at number 4.
Dell G15 5520. At $899.99 to start, and as we tested it, the Dell G15 offers solid 1080p gaming for the money. Outside of some esports, you'll still need to turn down settings to play intense games at high frame rates. Like other laptops on this list, there's plenty of room for upgrades. When we tore our review unit down, we found 8GB of single-channel RAM, making for an easy upgrade. The 512GB SSD can hold a few games, but could also be bumped up down the line. Some budget gaming laptops have even less storage. In our testing, we found that the Dell G5 runs fairly cool and that its screen is bright, at least, relative to other budget gaming notebooks. That being said, the keyboard is a bit mushy and the touchpad can stick a little. At the very least, you'll likely want to invest in some peripherals while gaming.
At number 3.
HP Victus 15. If you're looking for something really cheap, the HP Victus 15 is a good place to start. HP offers it with a base configuration utilizing an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650. We tested it at $799.99 with a 512GB SSD, but as of this writing, it appears that there's now a $699.99 option with a smaller, 256GB drive. In some ways, the Victus succeeds in its looks. It's cheap, but it doesn't look like it. In fact, it looks more like a business machine than a gaming laptop. If you want to double up on work and play, you can. In our testing, the Victus 15 and its Intel Core i5-12450H did decently on productivity tests. The GTX 1650 GPU means you'll have to turn settings down on some games. While it achieved playable scores on many of our benchmarks, you'll likely want to lower your resolution or some settings for the most stable frame rates. On HP's site, you can update the GPU as far up as an RTX 3050 Ti. If you have the means, it's a worthwhile upgrade, as will more storage space to hold more games. There was a secondary SSD slot in our unit if you want to do this yourself later. If you're willing to spend more than $1,000, the newer HP Victus 16 is a solid pick, but it's pricier.
Number 2 of my list.
MSI Katana 15. At $999 as configured, the MSI Katana 15 just made the cutoff for our list. But with its Intel Core i7-13620H and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050, the Katana proved to be a powerful 1080p gaming machine, providing solid value. It doesn't hurt that in the sub-$1,000 model, MSI added 16GB of DDR5 RAM and a roomy 1TB PCIe NVMe SSD. You often see those specs cut first on budget laptops. Instead, the laptop just doesn't have the highest quality chassis. We also appreciated the surprisingly decent speakers on the Katana 15. The 1080p display isn't the most beautiful, but its 144Hz refresh rate will be a boon to esports players who want a smooth experience.
And number 1.
Acer Nitro 16. The Acer Nitro 16 takes the mantle from the older Acer Nitro 5, but continues the tradition of bringing a solid mix of price and performance, with a handful of premium niceties. Our $999 review unit included an AMD Ryzen 5 7640HS and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050, which played most of our benchmark games well. Perhaps the most impressive part is the 1920 by 1200, 165Hz display with G-Sync support, which is great for esports at high frame rates. It reached 371 nits on our light meter and covered 91% of the DCI-P3 color gamut. Other pluses include a wide variety of ports, including USB 4, the latest version of USB Type-C, as well as battery life over 8 hours, which is solid for a gaming laptop. We wish the webcam and speakers were better. If you value the speakers, consider the MSI Katana listed below, but for the price, the Nitro 16 delivers a lot of value at just under $1,000.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.